Coming to New York City, but not sure what Broadway show to see because so many new shows have opened up? I got you covered. Hi friends, if you're new here, my name is Katharine Quinn. I am a 30-something living in New York City and working on Broadway. Last year I worked on Shucked and How to Dance in Ohio. This year I am working on The Great Gatsby on Broadway. Other shows TBD as always. YouTube family is the first to know, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. But we are here to talk about what recommendations I have if you're coming to New York for the first time in a minute and you don't know what show to see. If you're a fan of a Jukebox musical. A Jukebox musical, in case you aren't aware, is a musical that doesn't have original music. They're pulling typically from the jukebox, pop music. So Moulin Rouge, for instance, is a jukebox musical. It has its own original plot, but then the score is all songs like Sia's Chandelier. It's all pop music. If you are a fan of shows like Moulin Rouge, or maybe even like Mamma Mia, then the show for you might be And Juliet. And Juliet is a contemporary twist on the Romeo and Juliet story, told with a pop contemporary score, super fun dancing, and a bright, colorful Broadway experience. So this may be the show for you if that is the kind of show that you're in the mood for. If you need a show to bring dad to, you've got a few options here. If dad likes 80s movies, if dad is Gen X, or maybe even a boomer. If he's on the elder side, you might want to take him to Tommy, or if he's a The Who devotee. Tommy has a revival, and if you don't know, that is an OG jukebox musical with a score by The Who. If dad is more like looking for a fun time, Back to the Future the musical. Yes, there's a musical of Back to the Future. Yes, there is a DeLorean. Yes, it is crazy impressive. Dad's gonna love it. If dad is looking for more of like a classy time, like a big Broadway musical with like huge voices, but like spectacle and class, come see The Great Gatsby. I had to, but it's also true. If you're looking to have a big emotional experience, if you like Hadestown, if you're here for a good cry, then you gotta see The Notebook. Yeah, we have a lot of movies that have turned into musicals on Broadway right now, or books that have turned into musicals. It's worth noting, if you're a huge fan of the Notebook movie, this is pulling from the book, not the movie. They don't have the film rights. The only difference really is that we've jumped forward 2 decades and it's told through 3 Allies and 3 Noahs at 3 different points in their lives. It is a big Weepy musical with a beautiful score, beautiful staging, rain. So if you're looking to get into your feels, The Notebook is probably for you. If you're looking for spectacle, like if you were looking for the big Broadway shows, you have a couple options. If you haven't seen Moulin Rouge yet, Moulin Rouge is always an option for you. Definitely big spectacle, big numbers. If you have seen Moulin Rouge, or Moulin Rouge isn't totally your vibe, I do recommend Gatsby for this. A lot of folks are coming to Gatsby saying it is their first Broadway musical. It is like the Broadway experience that they were looking for. There is literal fireworks on stage, like actual pyro, but also your gorgeous costumes, your big belting. The other show that might be up your alley is Water for Elephants. Acrobats, spectacle, like people literally flipping in the air, people on silks. Just a visual feast for the eye. So I'd say in terms of scale, those are probably 3 of your biggest shows. If you're a dance lover and you make it in by the deadline that we'll put right up here, you could come see Illinoise. If you're a fan of So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, if you really love Sufjan Stevens, this is a Sufjan Stevens musical that is directed and choreographed by Justin Peck, who is the resident choreographer for the New York City Ballet. And it is all danced through. There are no words. There is a band on stage singing lyrics on behalf of the ensemble of dancers. And it is effective. I was never unclear what was really happening with the story. And if you're a big dance fan, this might be the one for you. We're gonna see where this falls in terms of where the schedule actually comes out in terms of Tonys. There's 3 potential frontrunners for Best Musical Tony at this time. Those are The Outsiders, Hell's Kitchen, and Suffs. They definitely appeal to different audiences. Suffs leans very female, Outsiders leans very male, and Hell's Kitchen is I guess probably somewhere in the middle. The whole family can come see any of these shows, for what it's worth. Suffs is about suffragists, about getting the women's right to vote. It is ambitious, plucky, and there's some total earworms in the score.
I want my students to know I was here.
The Outsiders, I've unfortunately not had the opportunity to see yet. My understanding is, it's the classic The Outsider story that so many people read in school, but somehow I did not. So I actually don't know what happens in The Outsiders, but it seems to sort of have like a folk rock score and very like athletic fight dance choreography. My understanding is also that if you sit in the front of the audience, you're in the splash zone. There's like little bits of rubber everywhere that like make their way into the audience, and there's rain, and I don't know, you're in the splash zone. So just beware if that is where you sit in The Outsiders, but people are absolutely loving it. And then the third of these is Hell's Kitchen. So Hell's Kitchen is the Alicia Keys musical. Got to see this at the Public Theater in its pre-Broadway run. I haven't seen its current iteration, but my understanding is essentially the same. The choreography is so fabulous. So if you're looking for great dance, this is a really good option for you. If you love Alicia Keys, obviously this is a great option for you. It's not like gonna blow your mind in terms of what musical theater can be, but it is a musical. I don't know if that's communicating what I mean well, which is to say that I really enjoyed this show and I definitely recommend it. I think that it is also one of the shows that will appeal to the broadest swath of humans. So it feels like Hell's Kitchen is a pretty safe bet for the family. It's really feel good. It's like a classic feel good musical. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So if you're looking to just like have a classic feel good time, you're not here for like giant spectacle necessarily. You're not here for the big weepy feels. Although, you know what? Hell's Kitchen did make me cry. But it's not in the way that people like boo-hoo at the Notebook. Then maybe Hell's Kitchen is the musical for you. Regardless, this has been an incredible season on Broadway. It's been absolutely jam-packed. I have a fall Broadway preview that's gonna come out in the not too distant future, and like buckle up because we have so many new shows incoming and there's so much to look forward to. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. I hope that you found this helpful. And of course, this is only just talking about the musical recommendations. This isn't even dipping our toe into the plays. Part of the reason I did that is plays tend to have a shorter run periods and musicals often have like open-ended runs. So this is going to provide more value to more people that way. But if you have any specific questions, if you're curious about a certain musical or something off Broadway, or a play. At any rate, if I can help answer any questions that you have about a show that you might be interested in seeing in New York, make sure you leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, hitting that thumbs up button, leaving a comment, and clicking subscribe are the 3 surest ways to ensure the YouTube algorithm knows what wonderful people to push this video out to, people just like you, so it really means a lot to me as a new YouTube creator if you take the time to do that. I also invite you to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at @It'sKatharineQuinn. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.